are ready to go. Let's get this race started, and let's see just how trolly it's going to be tonight. Here we go! JSR, they're starting up at Link's house. Big 20 from the first chest.
And the chalk first chest.
Oh, early map check. Looks like we got Red Pendant at Hera, Crystal 6 at Eastern, Crystal 4 at Desert.
Always nice to see 2 crystals in the light world. Makes it less likely that you'll have a tough dungeon to dive into in the dark world. But then again, you're probably going to have to dive into all the dark world dungeons anyway.
Yep. Ooh, 4 bombs from mucho bombs from the tree pool. That's always nice to find this early on.
Yeah, both runners with the what's become more the most common standardized route, which is do that tree pull, visit the uncle, and go on with your life from there.
Indeed, piece of heart from the uncle himself. They're going to check his chest next door. Let's see what we find in there. What do we got? It's just 10 arrows. So early off, not too much to work with, but we still got plenty of places to check. Most likely we're going to head to the Sanctuary, check the Lumberjack, and then make our way over to Kakariko. And small key from the Sanctuary chest. So that means the map's hiding somewhere in there, but there's a lot of items to find.
Yeah, with that key, if they find the power gloves pretty early, they can go through the back way in the sewers of the basement of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, and there's at least a few items to find in there, especially if they find the lamp. That'll put it on the logic, but we'll see how that plays out. FeralPigMan now going to head to the Lumberjack Cave, but JSR is taking the lower way into Kakariko. This is not as common as it used to be.
I don't understand. See, this play usually makes sense if you want to farm for bombs in those 50-50 bushes, but he already has the max capacity of bombs, so he's going to take this route instead. Visit the race game, see what else is going on.
Indeed. What do we find? Looks like a 5-bomb upgrade in the Lumberjack cave, so that's not going to be coming into play anytime soon. And at the race game, we find just another big 20.
Yeah, so starting out a little slow for these guys, but still, Kakariko's going to have around 15 items to find, so they'll find something good there, I'm sure.
Yeah, if it's going to be a Shade Seed, that's where it's going to kick in.
So we got a
sword on the library. Ooh, that is going to be tricky. That could mean boots might be required in order to get that. We've got a fairy in a bottle in the forest over in the mushroom spot. Oh, that is evil.
What were we just talking about before this race started again? Swords and trolliness?
Looks like you called it there, Rambler.
At least they know where it is.
Yeah, FeralPigMan taking his time getting into the Forest Thieves hideout. But let's see if he finds out there. Ooh, 300. That's always nice to find. At this point in the race, you want that money for everything else. Lantern in the chicken shack.
Nice early lamp for these guys. No dark rooms needed for these runners tonight.
Yeah, that's always one of those items that can really change the route very quickly. So, yeah, no dark rooms. That means a lot of stuff's going to be in the logic. Eastern Palace, Hyrule Castle. That is very nice to find early on. Meanwhile, it looks like JSR now going to head into the well. And FeralPigman's going to be making his way over to Blind's hut. Triple bombs to start off in the well. Let's see what else we find in here. 5-arrow upgrade in the back. Now we're going to really see a lot of items very quickly. 10-arrow upgrade, big 20, and Moon Pearl. Plus a Fisher Price shield in Blind's hut so far. So, yeah, Moon Pearl early. That's that. Oh, we got our first sword.
Well, so much for that.
And literacy in the back. Oh.
So now these runners are going to go probably visit places that the others already been, as JSR is going to get his shield, his sword, and his book. And yeah, early book, they might go check the pedestal out, make sure they get that information out of the way right off the bat.
At the very least, they'll check it. If they get the mirror, they'll at least check it when they eventually hit Skull Woods. But we'll see how that plays out here. But still, early sword, early book, early Moon Pearl. Yeah, this is slowly developing into a Shade Seed here. Let's see what the bottom laner has. Hook shot! Oh, yeah. This is looking like a Shade Seed already. A lot of big items early on, but there's going to be that one item that's going to troll them later. I'm calling it now. That's how these seeds work.
JSR, oh yeah, he hasn't done this yet, so he might actually route the pedestal check into the mushroom spot and stuff like this.
Ooh, if he does that, that could give some very early knowledge that could pay off later, or at the very least will at least take that weight off of his shoulders. Will he check it?
Nah, he's not going up there just yet.
Nah, I'd have been surprised, but we're getting a bottle check from FeralPigMan, and just a piece of heart. All right, so at this point, we're probably going to be seeing them eventually head to the South Shore. You've got the dam, you've got the mini Moldorm cave, you've got the Ice Rod cave. Oh, wait a minute,
Here we go.
There we go, folks. Early pedestal check.
Get your pedestal hypes in the chat. Your blessed RGs, all those emotes going.
Yeah, let's see. Could we have a pedestal seed? How trolly are we going to be tonight? What is it?
Oh, Cane of Samaria!
Cane of Samaria, we have a pedestal seed!
Well, it's not 100% just... Oh, yeah, it has to be because the pendants... You need, yeah, so yeah, pedestal seed, 100% confirmed.
Pedestal seed confirmed, and JSR has taken a very early advantage with that knowledge. Since FeralPigMan has not checked that yet, he does not know that that's waiting for him. JSR is going to be able to route those pendant dungeons in and make sure he can get that cane much quicker. This is huge.
Someone get Phantom Ryu on the phone. We need some gotta be canes in here.
I'll do my best to provide, but yeah, if we could get Phantom Ryu, that would be perfect right about
now.So that information alone is just a huge benefit for JSR because now he knows he has to complete all the pendant dungeons no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. And FeralPigMan does not know that. Oh, we got Ice Rod in the dam!
And we know that's required because Turtle Rock will be required for the seed.
Yeah, all dungeons required. Guaranteed. This is huge. Oh, man. I picked a good night to come back.
All right, so those in the chat that are questioning why it's 100% required, because in the logic expects you to 100% the game every time, and if the Cane of Samaria is on the pedestal, that means there's no way that Misery Mire or Turtle Rock will be pendant dungeons.
They will be crystal dungeons, which means you will need the cane to get it. So yeah, this is guaranteed pedestal seed confirmed. Mini Moldorm Cave got half magic. That's nice. 5-arrow upgrade, piece of heart, and another piece of heart. Oh, man. I've been sick for a couple of days. I was really looking forward to a good run tonight, and boy, is this giving me exactly what I was hoping for.
How do we get a Shade Seed confirmed 6 minutes in? Seriously.
I don't know. I was not expecting.
How powerful are you?
More powerful than I realized, apparently. FeralPigMan now going to head over to the Ice Rod Cave because it's always hard to route that in. Meanwhile, JSR is going to head into the dungeon area of escape to see what it hides.
Yeah, he's got his sword, so he can take the guys out and down here.
Yeah, though I kind of agree with FeralPigMan's strategy at least, because like I said before, the Ice Rod Cave, even if you have the flute or boots, it is almost impossible to route this in efficiently. This is probably one of the best times to route it.
Yeah, the only way it could be possibly better is if you find flute and boots, and that's not always a guarantee.
Exactly. So and even then, it's still a little out of the way. So it's best to just get it out of the way now. Piece of heart, unfortunately, doesn't pay off for him, but still better to get that out of the system.
Yeah. So now that we know the Cane of Samaria will be trolling these guys, what else will be trolling these guys now?
I don't know. That's difficult. I don't know if you could top Cane on the pedestal.
Well, so here's what we know. We know Hera is a pendant. We know the other two pendants cannot be Mire or Turtle Rock, and it's a low percentage chance that it's Ice Balance.
Yeah, pretty much. Heart container in the second chest there in the dungeon. Also, I got to shout out Sim27. We figured out what the AT means in the Shades AT. It means always trolly. I'm gonna use that from now. It's not what it means, but I'm gonna go ahead and adopt that now. Thank you there, Sim. FeralPigMan now fake flippering over here. He's gonna check the hobo. I saw a blue bottle on Lake Hylia Island. They may come back for that at some point if they need to. And of course, there's always Zora if they get the money for it.
Well, JSR does have the money for it. He found an extra 300 rupees down in Hyrule Castle.
Yep, let's see what's in Zelda's treasure chest. Just triple bombs, so he's going to go ahead and death warp out of there. And we find, ooh, a second shield already from the hobo. Oh, JSR forgot he had a berry in a bottle. Death warp fail.
Oh, man.
Oh, you just hate when that happens.
So Feral did, in fact, he got the hobo. Now he's going to go up towards the Zora area. He doesn't have the money for Zora yet, but because he has the Moon Pearl, he can do the Jesus Walk here and visit the Waterfall Cave.
Which could have some enough money for him to cover it. It's not likely, but you never know. Better to just check it and get it out of the way.
Again, this is still considered a sequence break on FeralPigman's side.
Indeed. We got Big 20 and Heart Container. That's not too bad, all things considered. That extra health early on certainly doesn't hurt. And he can at least check what's on the Zora ledge to see if he needs to come back for that later.
JSR going back through escape, or doing the standard game routing, escape proper, as I like to call it. He's going to play the way that the game intended to play when you play standard mode or randomizer or vanilla or whatever. You're going to go down this way and then bomb the back wall.
Yeah, only Big 20 on the Zora ledge, by the way. So he's not going to the escape. But then again, we haven't found anything over there, so really not a bad call in his case. He's instead going to head over to Eastern and check Sir Hassela's closet.
He just did a map check himself, so he knows what the pendant and crystal situation is on the light world.
Yes, but he does not realize that he's still going to have to do all the dungeons anyway. Oh, how long will it take before he makes that realization?
He might not check in until after we defeat Skullwoods at this point.
Yeah, which will give JSR plenty of time to take that lead. I hate to say it, the longer FeralPigman goes without checking that pedestal, the more of a lead JSR will have. We've got a lot of items really quickly here, but I don't see anything of significance from any of them.
Blue mail was the biggest thing they got there. Everything else was kind of money or arrows and stuff like that.
Blue mail and escape then, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
It's still better than nothing. Extra defense certainly never hurts.
Yeah, especially if you have to do something a little drastic, like thinking early Ice Palace dive. Ice Palace turns out to be a pendant.
Yeah. So FeralPigman now going to head over to Eastern Palace. JSR2Gamer right on his heels. He's going to be checking Sir Hassela and then Eastern. So, oh man, we're starting to see some conversions here.
And every time someone new comes in the chat, they ask the same question when we hear us. What's on the pedestal? Oh, there's something there.
Yeah, we have a confirmed guaranteed pedestal seat because the Cane of Samaria is on the pedestal. And to learn that so early is just beautiful to watch. So FeralPigman now going to make his way through Eastern Palace. Right over that. Oh, stop! Hammer time.
That's always a nice find. They're just now a Power Glove away from Dark World access.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Maybe we'll find that here in Eastern. If not, we've got it. We've got the book. Desert Palace is at least opened up to check. That might be their next stop after this, unless they find the bow.
The only thing they don't have to complete Desert is if the torch has a key. They don't have the boots to bump that.
Yeah, or if if they don't find the glove, they can't complete the back end of it either. So there's a couple of things they don't have for it. But if they have the book, it might not be a bad idea to at least check it.
Yeah, you never know what might be in a couple of those early chests.
Yeah, and to answer a question in the chat, what if Mr. Meyer and Turtle aren't a crystal? Because the Cane of Samaria is on the pedestal, it is guaranteed those two are crystal dungeons. So yes, it is guaranteed those are that they will need that cane. This logic is set up in such a way. So yeah, this is going to be a pedestal seed, 100%.
Yeah, the only items that are like required items that could be not like if the ice was on a pedestal, it'll be 100% required because of the same logic. That's how the logic works.
Okay, so FeralPigman going to have to go get the big key in its vanilla location because he's not found it yet. Thankfully, they both have the lamp, so checking the dark rooms will not be a difficult issue. Now, JSR did not go into Eastern Palace. He does not know that the hammer's waiting for him in there, so he needs to hurry up and check that.
Yeah, I think he's going to go do the fake flipper glitch himself now.
Yep, he's not going to find much for it, though he will get the extra advantage of checking Zora, so that might pay off for him. But we'll see what FeralPigMan also finds here. He's found the compass, and I don't remember what I saw in the other chest there, so I think we're still missing an item or two.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this is the big key. It has to be.
That has to be the big key. But we found the compass, and we found the hammer. I don't remember what was in the other chest, though. I think that's it.
I want to say 10 arrows, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we'll see what we find here. Just a big 20. So most likely the map is on the Armos Knights, but it doesn't matter. It's a crystal dungeon. They'll have to complete it anyway. So that's all we can find. Still, he found the hammer. That's still pretty good.
Correction. It's a dungeon. They have to complete it anyway.
Fair point.
Well, Feral doesn't know that yet.
Feral doesn't know that yet, but it's a crystal dungeon no matter what. So even if it wasn't this pedestal seed, he'd still have to come back and complete this at some
Feral's
point.
going to go down to, looks like he's going to do escape. JSR are going to, this is technically, Zora's still a logic break. No gloves yet.
No gloves, yeah. Everything about this is a sequence break at this point because we do not know where the gloves are. But let's see what the big fish has for a life lesson, love lesson, or worth. And it's...
Worse.
Archery lesson. All right, so what is JSR's next move? Does he go back to Eastern, or is he going to go for Desert? Looks like he's going for Desert.
Yeah, he's going to take a Hyena's Cave and then make the play for Desert, see what's going on in there. If he doesn't find anything in there, well, all right, I'm going to make a prediction here. He's going to find the boots. That's all he's going to find. That'll lead him to Master Sword and Aghanim 1.
Ooh, you know what? That does sound about right because he has the lamp. He's either going to find he's either going to find the boots to get to the Master Sword in this library, or he's going to find the cape, which could lead him both. Either way, he's going. I suspect an Aghanim seed, and that will be even worse. You want a trolley seed? That's about as trolly as you can
pile it on.
Yep, definitely. Let's see what we find here as JSR is heading into Aghanim's Cave. Oh, this place is a 50-50 for me. Half the time I see it, you have nothing, but then every once in a while, I do see it pay off big time. Let's see which way it goes. What will we find? Big 20.
Well, it's red. Partial credit.
It's red, just not the red we're looking for.
Now, JSR still hasn't made the play into Eastern, so he doesn't have the hammer yet, so in the logic, it could be, ooh, if you want a Death Ward, this Feral still has his fairy too, doesn't he?
No, actually, he doesn't.
He used it. Interesting. So this Death Warp's actually going to work.
Yeah. So big 20 on the desert ledge. All right, so let's see which one of our predictions comes true for JSR as he is heading into Desert Palace. We know there's at least 2 unique items in here. Which one will he find?
What will be interesting is if JSR finds, like, the gloves, and he doesn't have the hammer yet, and if he makes a play for Aghanim before going to Eastern. That could set him back.
Or if he finds the gloves, doesn't have the hammer, he might make the play into Death Mountain, too.
Ooh, that is true. Death Mountain comes open. That's right.
Yeah. Let's see what we find here. First chest. Oh! Commentator's curse.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But we
I'm
know
just as guilty of this as you are.
All right, we know that the key's gonna be a torch, so Boots 1,000,000% confirmed now.
Yep, Boots locked. But then again, we're pretty much getting guaranteed to find everything at this point anyway. This is pretty much a 100% C.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm totally commentator's curse that one. Commentator's curse in the chat. Let's go.
We have found the witch. Shall we burn him?
So yeah, now he's gonna go make the play up to Death Mountain before going to Eastern. So he's gonna go up here. He has the hook shot, so he can still check most of it, but he can't get to Hera quite yet.
Not yet. Not unless he not unless he happens to find the mirror at some point up here, which would be in the logic. So it's not unheard of. Oh, he's gonna check Lumberjack, because I don't think he checked that earlier.
Yeah, because he went down and up, so he went the other way. So he's gonna go in here and find that. It's just a capacity upgrade.
Now, FeralPigMan making his way over to Desert. He's going to be happy to find those gloves, but then the same, because that means for him, Aghanim may not be required.
Well,
Could
once he
still
finds,
be because he can only.
yeah, I was gonna say that for like it's 99%. Once he finds the gloves, he has Dark World access. Now, Aghanim could still be required if no, actually, I don't think there's a way because he has the hammer and the hookshot already.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think the hookshot works if you go the other way, but I don't think it lets you into Eastern Dark World. He would need either the flippers or the Titan's mitts to get to those.
No, he could use he use the portal when you warp to 5.
I think that requires the mitts, doesn't it?
No, that requires hammer or glove.
Okay, well then never mind. So yeah, FeralPigMan will have full Dark World access at this point, but JSR does not, because he does not know where the hammer is. But I'm knowing these runners, I'm sure before he goes to Aghanim, he will check Eastern, because that's one of those things you almost always do.
Yeah, Eastern's one of the things you usually check early on. You don't mind double dipping Eastern; it's not that hard.
Right, 5 rupees on Spectacle Rock. What's in the cave? And we find just a piece of heart.
The runners, their records, JSR is 1 and 2 in their group, and FeralPigman's 0 and 1. So JSR, I think, is almost mathematically eliminated. FeralPigman needs to win 2 or 3 races in a row to stay alive, but their group is a pretty tough group. They have a defending champion Ben in their group, and they have a couple other really good players.
Indeed. JSR now heading over to East Death Mountain. We've got at least a solid 8 items here, because you've got the Paradox Cave with its 7, and then you've got the Spiral Cave. So we'll see what we find going through here. And FeralPigman picking up his boots. He pretty much knows the big key's there, so he's not going to bother checking. Oh. We got the bow!
But that's going to make JSR2's play to not going to Eastern just yet really pay off.
Yeah, because he can full clear it, and he'll get the hammer out of it. So this worked out for him really well.
Also, you said Feral found the boots. He found the glove.
Did I say boots? I'm sorry.
You're thinking boots, because boots are required.
Boots. Yeah, but unfortunately that... Oh, Ether Coin!
I would say those 5 chests start out really bad, but Ether, yeah, that has a really good chance of being required. It's
at least 2/3 certain, because we know both of them are going to be required. Oh, we got a Dark World check. Green pendant at Swamp, Crystal 5 at Ice, and blue pendant at Thieves.
Well, so we know we're going to find a mirror relatively soon, because we need to defeat Swamp to get the pedestal. FeralPigman still does not know all the hoops that he has to jump through.
Nope, but he's going to check what I like to call the Prince Cave, because it's the cave formerly known as the Night Cave. We got a red meringue in there. And flippers! Ooh, I'd call that a pretty decent hype cave.
Well, flippers are definitely required, so he's happy to see that.
And I could not see what was on the floating island there in Death Mountain.
It was $100.
Oh, and then yeah, that's not going to be getting picked up. And now JSR going to take the walk of shame inside the Spiral Cave.
Resident sleepers, everyone. Which is going to be me, so I'm good.
As long as you don't yawn, that's contagious, man.
Yeah, I know. Gee, thanks.
Just messing, my friend. But FeralPigman now going to check old Stumpy to see what it has. Feral has not checked the pedestal yet, so no, he does not know that this is a pedestal seed, and oh, is it going to kill him when he finds out.
Just for the record, good thing I've pushed the talk on, because I just yawned.
So JSR now going to head over to Eastern now that he's got the bow. And he is going to be very happy with what he finds in there. Meanwhile, FeralPigman is going to pay a visit to old Alec Baldwin and play the digging game.
And 19 digs gets you some bombs.
Not quite what he was hoping for there.
He picked them up because he was a little low, relatively. Great, now our chat's falling asleep. Thanks, Shades.
Hey, don't blame me.
You're the one to mention.
Anyway, yeah, Feral did pick up the gloves. He had to have because he checked Desert. So he definitely has the gloves. Meanwhile, JSR now heading into Eastern Palace, and he's going to be happy to see that first chest.
It looks like Feral's going to check out. He's going to go around. Let's see if he makes a play towards the pedestal now. This will be a huge benefit for him. But he might just be going straight to the Dark World first.
That would be my guess, is that's what he's doing. He wouldn't think to check the pedestal at this point. And you know, normally most runners don't check the pedestal this early, so the fact that JSR did is a huge.
He's going.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's going
For it.
He's gonna be upset, but now he's gonna be on the same level with JSR.
Yeah, this means that JSR won't have as much of a lead as he probably hoped for. Oh, this is huge.
Let's see if he has any reaction to this.
This should be fun. Let's see. There it is. Yep.
You have the information now.
He's like, he probably in the back of his mind thinking, oh, crud.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, damn it, Shades.
Oh, I'm almost dreading that interview after the stream. They're going to want to kill me. Because they know. I said in the IRC chat earlier, like, they were like, we're hoping for a fast seat. You guys do know I'm in here, right?
JSR went to go open the big chest, but oh wait, he doesn't have the big key yet, so he realized that before going up.
True,
there.
But he'll be able to check out and see what else is going on there. FeralPigMan now going to head up into Skull Woods.
So a fun fact, in the spring tournament, I think the Cane of Samaria was the required item on the pedestal most often. Believe it or not, in the V18 logic, I think there was 2 or 3 Cane of Samaria seeds in the first tournament. I haven't seen that many in this tournament.
Yeah, even pedestal seeds themselves haven't come up nearly as often. But oh man, am I glad to see one tonight.
It's about a 6% chance. So 6 out of every 100 races. So if there's been like 500 races, that's 36 pedestal seeds on average. And I think that's about right.
Sounds decent enough. More often than not, actually, what I've normally seen when it is a pedestal seed is a blind pedestal seed.
Yeah, I've seen a lot, and I've seen a book 2 or 3 times, which is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've commented at least one race where the book was on the pedestal.
Yes.
Pretty sure there's a clip of that.
Yeah, so far, and this is now, I think, the 5th pedestal seed I've been a part of, either racer and commentating, and I had 2 of them as a race. Which I've only had 6 races, so that was pretty crazy.
Oh man!
And you didn't commentate any of them, so that's really weird.
I don't like for shade seeds don't often equate to pedestal seeds. That's the weird part. It's just there's always that one item that's just such a troll, but it's very rare that we know what that item is going to be this early on.
Yeah, it's definitely a different take on what you're used to.
Yes. And I'm not complaining either. I love it. But anyway, JSR now going to head up into the Armos Knights. And as soon as he gets rid of this last Igor here, he's only got the regular arrows, which means it's going to be, he's not going to have too much trouble, but, you know, having silvers is always that much nicer because it's 1 shot each. Versus 3 with the regular arrows. Oh, we got Mushroom in the big chest over in Skull Woods.
Let the fetch quest begin.
Oh, yes. Hashtag fetch quest.
So FeralPigMan looks like he's going to go check what's chilling on Bumper Cave. Just to see if any more items are necessary.
How much more trolling can this seed get? Let's find out. Nope,
right.
Just $5.
Alright, keep not required.
I'd be a little worried if it got that much more troll. I mean, pedestal seed alone is enough. So now he's going to head into the village of Outcasts. Got quite at least a few items in there. Plus, you got Thieves Town.
JSR gonna see. I told you you don't need Titan Smiths for that one.
All right, I'll admit my mistake. I'll admit it.
He's gonna make the play into pod. He sees which He's definitely looking more for the pendants now because he wants to get them out of the way, get that Cane of Samaria out of as fast as possible.
Yeah. It makes sense. You want to get that, you got to do it anyway. So the sooner you can get to those dungeons, the better. And truth be told, the only dungeon that's going to really hold them back is Swamp Palace because they need the flippers for those. But Tower of Hera, they could eventually get to. They have the hammer and the hook shot for that.
Feral has the flippers, but then Feral has the flippers. He doesn't need the mirror. They need the mirror to get in there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I didn't realize he got the mirrors. He must have got that in Skull Woods. Oh no, he got that in Hype Cave. Hype Cave. I forgot.
He got the flippers in Hype Cave. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So much to keep track of, folks. It's hard, and especially this late at night. JSR2Gamers now paying off everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the Monkey, and heading into the Palace of Darkness.
So FeralPigMan making his dive into Thieves Town. There's one of the pendants he needs.
Yep, we're gonna have a lot to keep track of here, so forgive us if we miss anything. We'll do our best for you.
Speaking of tracking, let's just give a quick shout out to our tracker Dan for keeping a great eye on these items they're getting picked up. And JSR did in fact get the big key in the first chest in Pod, so Pod is bow locked.
But thankfully he has the bow, so that's not going to be an issue for him.
It might be an issue for FeralPigMan though, because he hasn't gone to Death Mountain yet.
That is very true, so we'll see how that plays in later. Let's see what else we find in here. He's only finding money so far, pretty much in Thieves Town. Not much else.
And look at the bunny sprite for the Andy Pug. It's a pug with bunny ears.
I know, I've seen it before, and I love it every time.
Ooh, that's a nice kill of the mimics. I gotta learn that.
Yeah, that's tricky to do. I wouldn't say it's tricky because the only issue is that red mimic. When you fire an arrow, it will shoot at you if you don't have it set up right. So I've had that happen to me.
Yeah, I usually just shoot the arrow and then guide the mimic into it. But the way he did was really quick and really clean.
Absolutely. So now JSR getting the rest of the keys from the from what Dr. Bob Tasset calls the mullet mansion, because all the keys are usually in the front, most of the items in the back. So like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
This game now brought to you by 1980s rednecks. I have heard the line before, but I have to make a comeback for that.
Of course. Hey, bear in mind, I'm from the South, okay? I'm from Florida, so I know my share mullets.
That's kind of cheating when it comes to rednecks, because that's too far south.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, we're a special kind of South, let's be fair. Anyway, back to the race.
Well, Florida is New York South after all, so it all comes around.
It all comes around. Anyway, FeralPigMan now set up the blind hole. Make sure you get that set up for the boss later. And JSR getting the rest of his keys there, so he's going to be hanging to the back end of Palace of Darkness to find what items it's hiding.
Yeah, and the chat is actually right. The Panhandle, like Jacksonville and West, that area, that's the South. Once you go past Daytona, though, that's back to like normal, I guess.
I would argue that to some extent.
All right, to some extent.
Moving back on track here. Back on.
Oh, wait, there's a race going on.
Yeah. FeralPigMan now going to pick up the maiden here. Let's see what the chest is hiding here. Just another key. Thankfully, he has the hammer, so he will check the big chest and see what it's hiding. And wow, JSR finding a lot of keys, not many items here. They're hiding themselves. There's the compass and bloomerang in the big chest. So there's all our boomerang covered. So let's see what else JSR finds. Oh, Titan's bits!
Well, there you go. That was definitely a good dive into Pod.
Yeah, I'd have to give JSR the nod for rounding here, because his routing's been paying off for him.
Yeah, definitely. He's making the right plays at the right time, it seems. He's still missing a couple items that Feral has, like the flippers, but he'll get to them eventually.
Yeah. It's like I've always said, when you have runners this good, the real test of this tournament is what gambles do you make and which ones pay off. Because that determines how good of a run you get. FeralPigMan finishing up blind rather cleanly, getting his blue pendant and it had the compass on him, so that didn't help too much.
So I don't know if you noticed, JSR, he was setting up a death warp and then found the sank heart.
Oh,
so he had to run into some extra enemies. Oh, he found another heart piece, but he didn't refill his heart, so he didn't have to worry about that anymore.
That would have been twisting the knife.
Yeah, this is the downside of not having the mirror when doing pod, because it takes a long time to go back to the front. So take the death warp, and now he's going to go down and probably take on Helmsar King.
Makes sense to me. FeralPigMan now going to check. What is he doing over here? He can't check anything. Is he checking back of his? No, what is he doing?
I think he wanted to check King's Tomb, but then realized he needed the boots to check it.
That's something I can think of, because that's a really roundabout way to go this way. But he is going to turn in his mushroom here to see what it has to offer. Let's see what we get for those.
And our first fetch quest leads us to
just a big 20. But he is going to pick up some blue goo while he's here. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, always good to have that safety. And JSR taking the mimics out again, as he's going to go take a dive into the back of the pod.
It looks like FeralPigMan might be finally making the play on to Death Mountain. He's going to be happy with what he finds up there, that's for sure, especially when he finds that bow.
Plus, because he has the hammer when coming up there, he can actually go complete Tower of Hera. And he knows he needs to complete it anyway. It is one of the pendants. He'll need to go pull the king out of the pedestal.
Yeah, this might be his chance to turn this race back around. For a while, it looked like JSR has been having the good routing, but FeralPigMan's definitely not slouching in that department either.
Yeah, both these guys are taking pretty different routes at this point, but they might all converge in one area, and it might not be the pedestal. It might be like Misery Mire or something like that.
It's very well possible. JSR now heading into the Helmsar King. 17 whacks with the hammer. And he's probably going to go bow strat since he only has fighter sword.
Yeah, I would guess he's going to take the bow out, and I think it's 4 shots with the arrows, regular arrows, to take out Helmsar.
Yeah, 4 shots with the regular arrows, 1 shot if you got the silvers, and sure enough, he's going bow strat.
And
he just freaking rapid fire.
He miscounted a little bit, or got a couple double shots, because he thought he got it with that last one, and then realized, oh wait, one more. Bong.
Yep, but he takes him out and gets his burrito. But he gets another crystal, which is certainly not a bad thing.
Feral making his way to the east side of Death Mountain. He's about a minute away from getting his bow. Plus, he doesn't have the time limits yet, so yeah, he won't be able to check the Dark World Death Mountain just yet.
Nope, he's got to go to pod for that. But nonetheless, he's still got plenty of options this way. So where's JSR going to head next?
He's probably going to go to Dark World for the first time. Or not the first time, the second time. He's going to go to Hype Cave and do all this. Yeah. And Feral gets his bow. He can't do Swamp just yet. Doesn't have the mirror to enter.
Yeah, at this point, their options are rather limited. Actually, I think FeralPigMan might be on the right track, because really the only dungeon they can do right now would be maybe Tower of Hera.
I believe so.
Like I said, we can't go into Swamp because we don't have the mirror. Ice Palace is out because we don't have any fire, but we don't have the bombos or fire rod to do most of the damage there. Obviously, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are out because we need the cane for those.
JSR could do Thieves. He hasn't done Thieves yet.
Yeah, JSR could do Thieves, but FeralPigMan cannot. The only things he can do are Eastern and Hera.
So I think the next progression item is probably hiding in the overworld somewhere or at Tower of Hera.
Very true. Ooh, good thought here. FeralPigMan could also turn around and check the Ether tablet since he's right there. You won't be able to pick up the item, but he can have that knowledge if he needs to come back for it later.
That is definitely true. He won't be able to check until he gets another sword. He knows where one sword is, but needs the boots to get to it because it's on the.
And he's gonna check it.
Yep.
Let's see what's on the Ether tablet. What is it?
Bombos.
Fire!
No, that's
Fire
Bombos.
rod. No,
that
Bombos.
was
Bombos.
Bombos.
Right.
Ring of Fire is Bombos.
Bombos tablet. Still. Oh, that is evil.
So that's two times we use the book to read something that, first, 100% required, and second, might be the only way to enter Ice Palace.
Yeah, 33 1/3% likely to be required. All right, so early big key in Tower of Hera and Piece of Heart. So no basement run just yet. If he finds another item along the way, then the basement is not going to be required. But that's not a big chance.
Yeah, shout out to Jet in the chat. He said, "Come on, Jet Seed." Kane's on the pedestal. Jet.
Yeah, not going to be a Jet Seed. This is a full-on Shade Seed through and through.
And Matty J with the shout out to the Scott Steiner seed. He must have heard one of my previous commentaries where I dropped the.
Oh, I know. Matty J is one of my. Matty J is one of my buddies. He's a huge wrestling fan.
So he might have heard me do the entire 141 and 267% thing before. I've definitely
but I'm sure he appreciates it.
There is a 141 and 2/3% chance the pedestal is required, and the numbers don't lie.
FeralPigMan opting not to check Big Chest. I don't think he checked that, did he?
He found the two items, so he already knows that the last few chests are gonna, because a big 20 was in the vanilla compass chest.
Fair point. Okay then.
So now we're running out of options. For us at least. Pretty sure it's gonna be in the overworld somewhere, and with the mitts, it might end up being like a Jeremiah check at this point.
And for those of you wondering who's Jeremiah, well, Jeremiah was the bullfrog.
And it's a good friend of mine.
Puns, ladies and gentlemen, we has them.
I mean, if they're gonna start talking wrestling in the chat, I might have to bust out every wrestling pun I can think of.
Oh God, don't. my crew's in the chat. We'll be here all night.
Yep. Maybe they'll appreciate the fact that I call the small shield Seth Rollins, the middle shield Dean Ambrose, and the mirror shield Roman Reigns. I've done that before.
Oh my God! I am so glad I'm working with you tonight, my friend.
JSR's bringing a dive into Thieves Town. We know it's not going to be too beneficial in terms of items, but he knows he has to beat it because, after all, for the millionth time, pedestal seed. So, and Farrell's going to make the play. Looks like he looks like he's going to do
Pyramid Catfish.
Yeah, I don't think JSR did this yet, so there's going to be new options for us.
Yeah, we finally see something. I'm getting the sense that there's something here. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that vibe. Let's see if I'm right. All right, and then the pyramid we find just a heart container. But he's going to pick that up because extra health, never a bad idea.
Yeah, heart containers you'll spend 5 seconds to go for. If it was a heart piece, I doubt he would get it.
Yeah, that's usually the feel I get from these guys, is that if it's a heart container, depending on how out of the way it is, they'll usually go for it. But if it's a heart piece, I'd be shocked.
I mean, if it's the heartbeats, even I'd go for because I suck at this game. But you know,
I feel for you there, I feel you there, my friend. Trust me. I just tried to do a key sanity run earlier this week. You can imagine how that went.
I mean, I tried to sanity and I quit halfway through because, yeah.
Yeah.
Try it out, guys.
Yeah, for those who don't know, this is not just a tournament exclusive thing. You folks at home can try this. There is ways to play this. And there's plenty of information out there. The community is very welcoming to new players. If you want to get involved in playing Randomizer, by all means, jump on in. So indeed, FeralPigMan now going to check the catfish. What is he going to have for us today? Will we have any worth here? And we have just a big 20.
Yes, they have announced that Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer for the first time will be featured at AGDQ this January. The runners will be Andy and Christos.
That's gonna be huge. I'm a big fan of GDQ, so seeing my favorite speedrun race at my favorite speedrun event is just gonna be that is just a blessing. The only thing that would make it better is if I was actually there, but unfortunately I'm broke.
Yeah, if I would have known about that and known if my boy Meta was going to be running Secret Evermore a little earlier, I might have planned it, but unfortunately not going to be able to work into my schedule this year. Why am I saying that these times didn't have anything? Had the best item in the game.
Also, Ray Maxwell, if I could afford to go to GDQ, I would be all over commentating that race. But unfortunately, like I said, I am flat broke.
I'm pretty sure they got that Willard is going to try to weasel his way. I mean, work his way into trying to commentate that race.
Ooh, I got some fries over here, there, Rambler. You want to pour some of that salt on those? Anyway, FeralPigMan now gonna making his way in a pod. He's gonna be happy to find at least one item out of there.
Yeah.
And JSR finishing off blind. Actually did a much better job than FeralPigMan did, which is pretty good. So yeah, the question is what do we do next?
I think it has to be the blacksmith. Check that out.
Yeah, that the blacksmith and the purple chest. One of those two's got to pay off.
Oh, Patty can 100% be on that couch as well. That can definitely happen. Just so we get great lines like that. We've already seen this part. I mean, that line is legendary.
Yeah, and of course, I know Sakura Tsubasa is going to be there. That is something I'm looking forward to. She is awesome.
Oh, AGDQ's gonna be really hyped this year, not just for Links to the Past Randomizer, but for so many things going on. Make sure you check out their page and everything.
Yeah. Also, I know they're not doing Super Metroid this year, so in lieu of not having the save and kill the animals incentive, I'd like to throw out a suggestion that has been mentioned in the Discord server or in other streams. The new incentive race, validation chest.
Ooh, interesting.
Do they open the validation chest?
They have to figure out something to replace the save kill the animals, because that usually brings in upwards of 100,000 to 200,000 alone.
Exactly. They need something of that level, and that's about as close as you can get.
Right.
Ooh, actually, no. Bad Noodles got it. Incentive. GT Big Chat. Oh, Flute!
And Fire Rod.
And Fire Rod. Oh!
I completely forgot about Super Bunny Cave for progression items, and they found two pretty big items. The Flute gives them access to the Mire area, and the Fire Rod gives them the ability to get into Ice Palace and complete Skullwoods.
Indeed, and we're going to see what the pendant medallion is for Turok Ether. That means it can be opened at this point, though without the cane, obviously they can't complete it.
However,
they can't even really enter it.
However, they can. JSR now has everything he needs to pull the pedestal. He has access to Hera. he has access to defeat. Oh no, he doesn't have access to Swamp yet. I thought it was called Woods. That was the. So yeah, they still need to find a mirror.
The mirror is still the only thing holding back the pedestal seat. Holding back the pedestal. There's the cape. Now, since he's in the Dark World Death Mountain right now, he's got the cape. We've got half magic. We've got a good amount of hearts. Spike Cave.
That's exactly where he's going. That's definitely the play he's making. He just picked up the cape. That Spike Cave is opened up once you get the cape. And he's looking for that mirror, I believe.
And this is a place I've seen the mirror pop up before, so I would not be surprised if we see it again. But let's see what we find here. He gets his cape ready. Oh, this is going to be good. And we find...
Oh, wow. That's 2 for 2, isn't it? Or at least twice I've done that.
We've done that. We both called that.
We both called that one. That is right. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So depending on what medallion is needed to enter Mire, we could only be 2 items away from Go Mode. Only the boots and the Master Sword. And we know where the Master Sword is.
Yeah, this is huge. This is... Wow.
Like, they know where Bombos is, they know where Kane is, they know where our second sword is. So they know where 3 key items are.
And JSR opted to take the long way out of Spike Cave because he's got that mirror, so he's going to check everything here.
Yeah, he's going to go right to the Tower of Hera now. Wow, JSR just has a monster lead at this point, I believe. It's still anybody's race because anything can happen in Randomizer, but having that mirror being in such a weird spot like that is a pretty big benefit. And now he sees Bombo's tablet is at the Ether tablet.
Now, the only hope, the only last bit of trolling is what's on Misery Mire's medallion. If it ends up being the Quake medallion, that would be trolling. Because we don't know where that is yet.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's Bombos is still a little trolling, because that means you have to come all the way back up to Death Mountain once you find the Master Sword.
Or once you get it, because they both know where it is.
Yes. Well, again, they need the boots for that, and they need the boots for a few things. So, yeah, this scene is really, even though it's trolling them pretty hard with, like, teasing these guys, it's kind of straightforward at this point, unless the boots is in a really weird spot.
Yep. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a full-on Shade Sea. Got a pretty good amount of items early on, but there is stuff that is trolling them hard.
So Feral's making his way through a pod. He got all his items out of here. He's heading down to kill the Hammersaw King now.
Yes, Sock Monkey, the pedestal has been checked. It's Kane of Samaria. Pedestal seed confirmed.
Yeah, FeralPigMan checked that 6 minutes into the game. And JSR about 25. And JSR must not have been counting his items because he's going down and opening the big chest. Hope he doesn't forget that he doesn't have to go into the basement because he's gonna get the small key out of Moldor. Hope he's counted his items. You know, the last item left is the compass.
And yes, Wishbear, they do know I'm commentating. I talked with him in the IRC chat before the SRL chat before the stream, and trust me, they got a laugh knowing I was commentating. And right now, the part of them is probably thinking right now, like, why was Shade's commentating this?
That's it. Cat is correct. JSR was the one that checked very early on, not FeralPigMan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired.
Very nice fight for Trolldorm there. So that gives him his key, and of course he'll get his pendant, the red pendant there from that. So that is 2 pendants down for JSR. He's just 1 away from pulling the pedestal, and he now has the means to get to it.
Yes, the only real downside is that he's still, and he's going back in. He has not been counting his items. I don't think.
He's doing a basement run. There's no need. There's nothing there. It's gonna be the compass.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. He wasn't counting his items.
But at the very least, we get our coffee break.
Oh, coffee! I need coffee. That was my Willard impression. In case you guys didn't realize.
Shout out to Willard J. Bradley, awesome guy.
If you guys like what you see from these guys, you can go give them a follow on Twitch. I know FeralPigMan runs a lot. He's always in the SRL channels racing. JSR2Gamers, definitely seen the name before. He's always at the top of the leaderboards. Give these guys a follow.
Absolutely, show your support. Both these guys, amazing runners. They definitely deserve all of the support they can get.
And yeah, Ferris was like, "Huh? What?"
He just realized, oh, I must have gotten everything. What am I doing?
Write that down for your interview. The fire rod was at the Super Bunny Cave, right next to the what was the other item that was there?
Flute.
That's right, flute. Which, speaking of flute, he's gonna go probably activate it right now.
And just as he's doing that, Pigman's heading up to the Super Bunny Cave. He's gonna be interested to see what he finds up there.
Oh, we're gonna see flute activated and flute found at the same time.
That's a nice little twist. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. It is time for everyone to rise, because we are about to hear the Link to the Past National Anthem. Get your swag ducks in chat, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose. Shout out to user OG Curbs who came up with that. Ever since he just mentioned that in a chat once, I've been using it ever since.
Yeah, that's a phrase that one of my best friends, he calls himself the loose goose. All right,
so let's see. JSR is going to head down. It looks like he's making the play on Swamp.
Yep, he knows that he has to complete it, and then after that he can get that cane and continue on with his regular routine.
Yep. And he'll probably full clear it if he can, because he's still looking for those boots. If he finds the boots, then yeah, it will be go mode time, because he knows where everything else he needs is.
The only thing that I might have done differently is I might have checked the Mire area first, just to see what you need for Mire. Because if it's Bombos or Ether, then you know you don't have to, if you find boots, you're in go mode.
That's true.
Well, not go mode in terms of the items you have, but go mode in terms of the items where you know where they are. And Feral is making the play. He only has 2 hearts. So he has to hope for Fairy, and he gets it. Wow. But yeah, he's making the play to go into Spike Cave. He's going to get his mirror.
And my God, the puns in chat, the jokes in chat, you guys are awesome tonight. I love you.
Oh, these guys found half magic. I must have missed it.
They got that really early on.
Okay, that must have been when I was refreshing the stream. I'm sorry.
It happens, dude.
God, I'm tired.
Dude, you speak for both of us, my friend. I'm amazed I'm able to bring as much hype as I have been tonight. JSR now starting his play into Swamp. What will we find in the first big chest here? We got, big key early. That is very nice. That means he will be able to route the big chest in before he decides to go check on the left side. That's going to really help out. All right, and FeralPigMan now going to activate his flute, so once again, the goose will be loose once more.
So these runners are close, but a pretty big difference between these guys. JSR completed Eastern. Feral's been in Eastern, but he hasn't completed it yet because he checked it before he found the bow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge difference. It's not a huge lead for JSR, but it is significant. So that could come into play later on, especially if both these guys can keep their good execution going.
Feral looks like he's gonna go to Skull Woods first, maybe.
Yeah, it looks that way. It looks like he's gonna full clear Skull Woods. I mean, he's right here. Might as well. He knows he's gonna get to Swamp eventually, so he's not too worried about it at this point.
The only problem is that you could have routed Skull Woods in with after you defeat Swamp, you could route Skull and then immediately pull the pedestal right after you beat Skull Woods.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that could come back to haunt him later.
Because he's gonna be making an extra trip down here that he doesn't need to make. So, slight mistake on FeralPigman's part.
All right, now comes the big moment here. JSR is going to set this up. He's going to make sure he's going to try to activate the switch. He's going to have to use bombs because he only has Fighter Sword. But you want to make sure you grab this key first because I've seen a lot of runners, even some of the best ones, forget to grab this key and accidentally flood it, which will cost you a lot of time.
There is another strategy you can use here. You can use the boomerang and throw it over the blue switch. But the bomb worked fine, so JSR is going to go back, and now he's going to flood the area after he gets the key. So Feral's about to dive on down, take on Mothula.
He's got the Fire Rod and half magic, but he's only got half a bar of magic, so this will be a tricky fight, especially if he has to rely on either hammer or sword or fighter sword strats.
He has a blue potion just in case, but I think he's going to try to hammer and then only use the blue potion if his health gets low.
Makes sense. You know, if you're going to use a blue potion, make sure you can fill both aspects of it up. Don't waste it. But it doesn't need it. He gets through it with no problem whatsoever and gets a heart container for his trouble.
Yes, now he knows the 2 items in Skull, so he doesn't have to get the last chest.
That's always helpful there. JSR finding a 5-bomb upgrade so far on the left side of Swamp. Not finding much, but there's a lot of items here, so he can still find something big.
Like a big 20.
Speaking of big.
So Feral's gonna make the play into the Mire area, so we're gonna see what the medallion is needed for Mire.
Hoping for a trolley run, we're hoping for Quake.
Yeah.
Let's see what it is. It is Quake!
Of course.
Troll confirmed!
Well, also, this now means that Bombos is not necessary. So they don't have to go back up to the Ether Tablet.
That's true. That is very true. But still, I love how evil the seed is being tonight. Piece of heart and $5. And since he has the mirror, he's probably also going to check the checkerboard cave. And Zandre's Shade Siege has been confirmed a long time ago, my friend, but still. I'm getting the commentator's curse all over the place.
Yeah.
Won't lie. Nope. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. And let's see. Red Mail over in JSR's side, so he is geared up and ready to go.
I would say eggplant hat, but JSR's sprite is not wearing any hat.
Yeah, FeralPigman trying to decide where to go, and I think he just realized, hey, I can do... Oh, there's Quake and Swap!
So now JSR didn't know he needed that, but now he is 100% confirmed that he doesn't care what Mire is. Well, he cares if it's Bombos, but it's not going to be Bombos.
But he knows that even if it is Bombos, he knows where to get it, so he's not worried about it. That takes a weight off your shoulders. But yeah, Bombos not required the seed. Still, so that is evil.
So now we know for JSR, all he needs to do is find the boots. And we got the menu percent strats going for JSR.
JSR playing a game of Menu Simulator 2017. He's going to switch back and forth between the hook shot and the hammer to take out those puffballs.
Yeah, the boots unlock both the sword upgrade and unlocks Desert Palace. And the other item that we need is Can Samaria, but JSR is probably going to go grab it right after he defeats this boss.
Yep. Also, it's funny, we have not found any other sword upgrades this seed. We've only found the one in the library. We have not found any others. That is intriguing, to say the least.
Yeah, the first one was in Blind's Hut, the second one was on the library, and we haven't seen the other two just yet.
And we've got at least 3 other dungeons we can check that we could be looking for, but more than likely, we're going to be hitting go mode by the time we get to most of those.
Yeah, I think JSR wants to be in go mode before he dives into any of the other crystal dungeons.
JSR now taking out Argus there. Nicely done. Gets his compass, but he now has his final pendant. He is ready. Like you said, he'll probably stop by Skullwoods, take out Mothula real quick, and then we will have our pedestal pull.
So, did someone say vanilla boots? Because that's kind of out of the way if it is.
That's true. Green Pendant has not been turned in yet.
They just got the Green Pendant. Green Pendant was Swamp.
That's true. Yeah, that has not been turned in to check yet, but he is on his way up to the woods. Will he go into the Dark World first?
I would. Yep. I hope so.
Looks like he is.
Yeah, this is just good routing. Again, FeralPigMan tracing the steps of JSR a little bit, but he still needs to find. He still needs to defeat Eastern Palace. That's literally the only difference between these two runners at this point.
Oh, and the chat points out one last way this seed control them, because what's one other item we haven't found yet in terms of finishing this race?
Technically the silvers, I guess.
That's it. That's the last troll. Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Yeah. Don't make me think about that, please.
Chat's already done it.
Quake. FeralPigMan will find Quake in about a minute.
Yep, it is here in Swamp Palace. Oh, but man, this is probably one of the troll. I've said this a lot about a lot of seeds, but this, without question, is one of the trolliest seeds I've ever seen in terms of having to find items.
It's definitely the trolliest I've seen, just because, all right, yeah, the items are in trolly spots, but at least we know where they are. Now,
somehow I think that makes it feel worse, because then you have to go through so much trouble to get to them, knowing where they are.
Yeah, but finding out the pedestal seed 6 minutes in kind of takes all right, so this is happening, and then you could go on without it lingering in the back of your mind. I'd rather have it that way. I'd rather have pedestal required and all that.
JSR, what are you doing, dude?
He's looking for the other item, I think.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
he's gonna go. It's a big chest.
That's true. Check that big chest. Get that knocked out of the way here. He's gonna do it the normal way.
Yeah, we know it's gonna be the mushroom, and it's gonna lead to nothing. But just get it. Just get it out of your mind.
Yep, that's how it usually is.
And Feral's gonna do the spin slash strats on Argus.
I love the comments from the chat. Oh, hey, Shade's commenting. This must be a long seed. Oh, wow.
If you guys go to my Twitter account, you can see that I actually called this.
Yes, you did. I loved that.
I was like, oh, let's commentate 11 and hope for a jet seed. Oh, wait, I'm commentating with the shades. I'm not going to go to sleep till 2.
We did not know how right we were on that. My God.
And FeralPigMan using the Fire Rod strats to take out Argus. A very nice fight. And here we go, guys. We are about to pull the pedestal.
Yep. All right. You know what? I'm not Phantom Ryu. I would normally not do this, but for a pedestal pull, I have to. Because this is one of those moments.
What's that music? What's that?
Wait, what? Wait, what? What's that? It's gonna be Kane! Ah. Well, I would normally not do that because that's Phantom Ryu's joke, but for a pedestal seed, I think it warrants it.
You know, it's like noon by him, and he might be watching. He's gonna yell at you.
Nah. I've worked with Phantom Ryu. He's a cool dude. Yeah. He's actually funny enough. We had a thing one time where it was me and somebody else. I think it was.
Yeah, I saw it. I know what you're talking to. Where he popped up for.
Oh, he was sitting in the room with us for like a good solid hour, waiting just to do that line.
And yeah, it was like the last item you guys found, like 2 hours in, because it's your seed. Why not?
Of course. TJ Deggerson, this is why we have them. We've called them Shade Seed because they happen to me every time I do a commentary like this. But for you guys, you guys want seeds like this. This is what you guys ask for. So if that's the reputation I've gained is giving you the fun seeds, I'll be more than happy to take that.
So look at it this way. So there's 1,000 people in chat that like this, and there's 2 people that don't. That's the 2 guys racing. 1,000 to 2 is a good ratio, I think.
I think so.
Oh, shout out to Z-Man in chat. I just did the commentary for Zelda 1 with him a couple of days ago.
Oh, nice.
Checking out some Z3R as well.
All right, so JSR now, he's got that cane. He can go one of 2 ways right now. He can go up to Meyer, or he can head up to Turtle Rock. I'm willing to bet he's going to go to Meyer first because nobody likes doing Turtle Rock. If they can help it.
I don't think they want to do Meyer with their current situation either. They still have just a fighter sword, and they don't have silvers.
True, but they know where they can get a Master Sword, so that's not a big deal for them.
I still think they're going to go into Ice Palace first.
Ice Palace makes sense. I can see Ice Palace.
Because not only does Ice Palace, it doesn't hurt too much to deal with it because you have to fire around half magic. It's also the second crystal needed to open up Pyramid Fairy.
Let's see where JSR decides to go. And FeralPigMan now getting his way up. He's going to be pulling his pedestal soon.
And JSR is going to turn in the green pendant.
Ooh, this is a big moment here. We haven't seen this yet. Could we get Vanilla Boots?
Vanilla Boots for go mode?
Oh, I've always said that the trolliest thing a randomizer can do is to put an item in its vanilla location. Will we see that here?
Well, we already saw that. The piece of heart was on the pyramid ledge. Yeah. Or something like that.
And we get Bugnet.
Well, if you want to go with required items, that's pretty hot. No, it's not. They can catch fairies now, though.
All right, there is still one other potential place for the boots that we don't have access to yet if it's not in a dungeon, because Ice Palace has a specific type of crystal.
I mentioned that not too long ago, actually.
Guess we're on agreement here, but FeralPigMan gonna check the Peg Cave. I don't think that's been checked yet either.
No, and neither has the purple chest or any of the thing that FeralPigman's probably checking now.
Yeah, good call on his end here. So he knows he's gonna get his cane soon, so he wants to see what else he can grab before he gets there. And
oh, that's a pretty big deal right there.
Yeah, sword upgrade in the Peg Cave. And if he decides to stop off and pick up that other sword upgrade in the library, that's tempered sword.
Yeah.
This just got interesting fast.
Yeah, because JSR, if he finds the boots sooner rather than later, he's not going to check that.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to see what I like to call the Purple Chest World Tour. Pick up the Purple Chest and then go down to the Haunted Grove area, mirror, check that cave out, and did he forget it?
He accidentally dropped the chest.
Oh no. And it's in the screen transition.
He can't get it! Oh, there he goes. That was close. That could have been very bad. Oh, man.
Yes, we are just the boots away from Go Mode.
Yep.
Even on JSR2 side, because even though he doesn't have the sword upgrade, there's a sword upgrade in the library, which is boots blocked.
All right, big 20 in the mirror cave. Not much there. So he's continuing his routing to get that purple chest. Oh, this is where the tension comes in, because now you're like, where's that last item? Where is it? Waffles. The big key is on the Desert Palace torch, so that is also boots locked. That is why we're saying boots for Go Mode. And just triple bombs for that. Now, FeralPigman's right here, and he's got the Master Sword. Does he check the Bombos tablet? Because that hasn't been checked yet.
Correct.
And
he's gonna. And he'll
that's
get
where
it
he's
right
going.
away.
Wow, I am reading these guys like the book. Let's see what FeralPigman finds. JSR found the big key there for Misery Mire. Oh, wait, what?
He accidentally pressed the flute before doing the book.
Oh, that would have been bad. Oh, $50. Not quite what he was looking for there, but still, you know.
Yeah, Feral has not checked. Sorry, Feral has not checked Zora yet, so that's definitely something that might be lingering in the back of his mind as well.
Yeah, but we know that won't pay off for him, sir. So I think he's finally making his way to the pedestal.
Yeah, he's finally gonna go pull the pedestal now. Yeah, boots could still very well be like Internal Rock, which would be very trolly for these guys.
Oh, you just said that in my presence. You realize you just made that happen.
Yeah.
These guys are gonna kill me. You realize? These guys are like, why did you have to commentate this scene? You just made our lives hell.
Pedestal hype for FeralPigman. FeralPigman? What?
Dyslexia is a horrible disease.
Jeez.
He's pulling FeralPigman getting his cane from the pedestal.
He pulls the Santa Camaria from the pedestal. Ramper no function beer well without.
Oh, man. JSR needs to be a little careful here. He's running a little low on health, but he's going to check the big chest here. Let's see what we find. Still haven't found much, unfortunately. And just the map. And powder!
Hey, so again, this is going to benefit JSR a little bit because the powder might lead him towards checking the Bat Cave, which in turn will let him to check Peg Cave, which will give him a sword upgrade.
Yeah.
If he makes that.
Yeah, if he makes that call, which, again, given the amount of items in one area, I would not hesitate to check that. Especially as if the chat points out, what if the Bat Cave has the boots?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Also, having a powder in leading up to Mire is definitely good because of all the anti-fairies that you find in the basement of Mire.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially when
health right there.
Especially when you're going into a fight against Vitreous with Fighter Sword and not Silvers. The wooden arrow is definitely the best item to take them out, and even that takes a long time. And FeralPigman making the same play into Mire. He has the Master Sword, which will make his Vitreous fight a little easier.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not a significant difference, but every little bit helps.
He doesn't have to spin slash the eyes if he doesn't go to bow route. That's a pretty big deal because you can't. It's like the Argus balls. You can't really hit it with a fighter sword. Bomb strats is definitely something that JSR might pull off as well. Chad is 100% correct.
Oh yeah. Also, I might have to go back through after this stream and go through the VOD and clip all of our big moments here because this stream has been so clip worthy.
Oh yeah, there's definitely been a few clip-worthy moments, whether it be the hypeness of the trolliness or my terrible pop culture references, which is normal for me.
Someone's already clipped your dyslexia moment there.
Oh wow, yeah. that didn't take long.
No, it did not.
And yeah, JSR doing the bomb strats, which Bear in chat definitely did point out is a possibility. I think it takes 5 hits from the bombs to take out the eyes.
Thankfully, at this point, he's got more than enough bombs to handle it.
Yeah, he's not going to need too many bombs for the rest of the run, so he's just throw them all here. Maybe we call this Dark Magician strats onto Vitreous. Gotta be careful though; they do a lot of damage with lightning bolts.
Yes, they do. But he finally gets through the little eyeballs. One last lightning bolt, and now he's just gonna rapid fire those arrow shots. Down goes Vitreous.
Yeah, eight wooden arrow shots is all it takes for Vitreous to go down.
The boots!
Ladies and gentlemen, JSR2Gamers has initiated
Go mode! Oh my god! That was not expected.
I was not expecting that. That was shocking.
Yeah, holy crap.
So, JSR now is going to go finish Desert Palace. And look at this way. He's probably not going to get Tempered Sword from the Hammer Pegs now.
No, probably not. There's no reason for him to go over there now because he's got everything he needs. He's just going to stop over at the library, pick up his Master Sword there, and call it.
Yeah. I mean, so technically it's not go mode in terms of items he has, but in terms of items he knows, it's 100% go mode because he knows where his sword upgrade is.
Yeah, he's got everything else he needs. Oh, man.
So, despite FeralPigMan being a dungeon behind and like being a dungeon and a half behind, because he will likely have the Tempered Sword for this fight, and if JSR does not find his own Tempered Sword, this could be a huge difference, especially if it stays silverless.
Yeah, and a Ganon fight can make all the difference with only Master Sword versus Tempered.
It could
and
easily...
again, that also depends on whether or not FeralPigMan decides to even stop by the library. He may just opt to stay with Master Sword.
No, he's going to go to the library. No one is going to turn down a free Tempered Sword.
Oh, that's true.
Now, this comes down to another game that we like to play, which is, all right, you're in go mode, but you still need to find a sword or the silvers to be truly happy. How many chests do you open on your way to Ganon's Tower? Because there's a few chests you could skip easily, especially in Ice Palace. You can go mode Ice Palace.
And everyone's asking if my wife woke up after all this. If the cane line didn't wake her up, nothing will. Because trust me, that would go. She hates that line.
FeralPigMan gets his boots. He's already in go mode because he has a Master Sword, but like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to go to the library anyway to get Tempered.
I would not doubt it for a minute.
Now, if he had Tempered and would have gotten Butter there, that's a different story. He might have skipped that.
He might have skipped that, but yeah, that's... And then, of course, he could end up finding Butter in Ganon's Tower. Oh, Kane O'Brien from Landmolus.
That's gotta be lame. I shouldn't make fun of Kane O'Brien. It's I've killed blind with it, so definitely not a lame item.
And JSR indeed heading over to the library. He's going to be picking up his Master Sword here very shortly.
Yeah, and then his next stop after this will definitely be Ice Palace. Yeah, Go Mode Ice Palace is a huge deal, especially when you can bomb jump your way past the majority of the dungeon.
And of course, they're going to save Turtle Rock for last because you not only is it a pain in the butt dungeon to do, just like Ice Palace, but once you finish it, you're right there at Ganon's Tower. Just knock it right out, double fast.
I'm sorry, Chad. Best Kane, Luke Gallows. Mimic Cave will more than likely not be checked. Maybe JSR, but I doubt it. Yeah, at this point, JSR is only going to check chests that are like in the way, like this one right here.
The only reason he's going to go out of his way if he needs to find the big key, which for Ice Palace, you don't absolutely need to have.
If you could bomb jump. And logically, you do, but if you could bomb jump, which I'm sure these runners can, then they're not going to need any items in Ice Palace at all.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see that happening. So, yeah, this is one playing where they're probably going to check as little chests as they can. And FeralPigMan now finishing up Desert Palace as well. Got his Cane of Brine, and he is going to stop at the library and get his Tempered Sword.
Yeah, he's easy. It's not that far out of the way. You know it's there, so he's going to have the advantage of having a Tempered Sword. So Feral's going to do Ice before he tries Eastern Palace. So he's still going to be right on JSR's heels, but again, has to dip into Eastern and complete that dungeon first before he goes anywhere else.
Yeah, that'll cut him a little bit of time there. Also, I want to take this opportunity to remind you folks, if you're enjoying this race, don't forget, we have races going on all the time. We have Speed Gaming 1 through 4 and ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4. Please give all those channels a follow, because there's races going on. In fact, there's even a race going on as we speak over on Speed Gaming 1 that you should definitely check out.
Yeah, and we're just about halfway done with our tournaments. We still have a long way to go. We're going all the way to Christmas time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you guys enjoyed our commentary tonight, rest assured you'll be hearing us again very soon. Very nicely done. Quick setup there for JSR. Tried to get the corner set up there, but given he's only got Master Sword, not as easy as you'd hope. But he still gets through this fight. He's handled this fight relatively quickly.
Yeah, just as one eyeball didn't get hit with any fire rod shots, so we had to use the Master Sword on that. But luckily, dealing with only one is a lot easier than dealing with three.
Oh, yeah.
And another vanilla heart container from Cold Stare. Feral trying to set up the bomb jump with the sprite. I think he was standing the wrong way last time. But he's got it this time. Second try.
Yep. And now all that's left for JSR is Turtle Rock.
Again, he's going to check probably all the chests safe from Mimic Cave in Turtle Rock because he has to open most of them to get all the small keys. He might skip Laser Bridge, though. Then again, he might check it looking for that sword.
Actually, more than likely, he'll check it if he needs to because he may be short of the small key going in there.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have the small key, it's still questionable. He might still check it because that's how important the tempered sword is, especially with silverless at the moment.
That's true. That is very true. And then again, if he checks it, he could find silvers in here, and that ends that problem right there.
You know, it's still Master Sword is still a little problematic. I think tempered is more. He is more. Oh, sorry, I'm spasming a little bit right now. He's looking more, I think, for tempered than silvers at this point.
Very true. Very true. And if he finds both, he'll be ecstatic.
Well, obviously. But if he could choose only one, he would probably choose tempered.
Oh, yeah. Also, whole wheat bread. Yes, this was a pedestal seed. Cane of Samaria on the pedestal.
Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of things lit up on there. You're definitely not going to see Bombos lit up.
Nope, that is already confirmed. We know where it is. It's on the Ether tablet. We also did not find the shovel yet. That's the only other that's the 3 items we don't have aside from upgrades. Is the silvers, the bombos, and the shovel.
Yeah, and FeralPigMan doesn't have the net, and he's not going to get the net.
No.
FeralPigMan now has to take the quick detour, take out Eastern Palace, and then he'll be right back on JSR2Gamers' heels.
Early big key there for JSR.
Well, that makes it a little less likely that he'll open chests if he finds some early small keys. Feral's already been in Eastern, so he's just going to blitz right to the back.
He's going to go mode it in more ways than one. Yeah, and I agree with Zelda's in the chat here. Just because FeralPigman's behind does not guarantee this is JSR's race yet. Things can happen. It's a high chance that JSR's got this, but it's a randomizer. Big GT, big key can still throw him off. And of course, you've got Trolldorm 2, you've got Ganon that can give you a hug and knock you off the ledge. There's plenty of chances for FeralPigman to catch up.
Also, the biggest factor at this point is the sword difference right now. If it stays silverless and it stays master versus tempered, that's about 5 minutes extra that JSR2Gamers has to deal with Ganon that Feral does not.
And trust me, you can do a lot in 5 minutes.
Hey now.
With this game.
Oh, okay, you saved yourself.
Oh, never mind, silvers!
Whoa, silvers in the chain chomp room. Good. See, that's one of those chests that you check. He probably didn't have to check. I guess he did because he might have needed a key. So there you go. Now that makes the Ganon fight a lot easier, but still, he still wants to find a temper, I think.
He'll still want to find temper, but this reduces that stress by a ton. Because doing silverless Ganon, even with higher level swords, is a pain. Doing it with silvers will make it a lot easier for him. He just has to worry about those first few phases. It looks like JSR is opting not to check that one chest there in the center.
Yeah, I think he has. He needs one more key, but he knows that is probably going to have a key in that chest, and he doesn't want to waste it to get it.
Yeah,
skipping the big chest.
He's skipping the big chest as well.
So if the big chest has a small key, and the small chest there also has a small key, I think. I'm trying to think if this is going to screw. I don't think it's going to screw him over because I think only one of those two chests can have the key. So now he knows that the last key cannot. Oh, it could still be in that big chest. So he's taking a gamble here.
True, but he can at least check the laser. This does guarantee he's going to check laser bridge.
Yes.
Which has a much higher chance of not only giving him keys, but could also drop items, including that tempered sword we're still looking for.
Yes, definitely.
There's two different that one chest. There's one in Ice Palace and one in Turtle Rock. So let's see what we find here on the laser bridge. Starting off, 5-arrow upgrade. Second chest. There's your small key. Will he check the rest? Yep, he's going to go further. See what else he finds. There's the map.
He fell. He might not go. Yeah, he's not going to go for the fourth one if 3 falls.
He's not going to opt for that flash chest. I don't blame him in this case.
Yeah, if he didn't fall, he might have gone for it. But once he falls, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go.
Powdering the anti-fairy so he gets his health back up. And then what? Oh, that didn't work out very well.
Yeah, he tried to go for the Samaria swag strats, but just missed a little bit.
Yep, he's going to pick up the full bottle. Oh, no, he's not. I was going to say, oh, he's using smart move. Use the cane, then grab the bottle. So he will have plenty of magic. He's probably going to opt to use hammer strats, most likely, unless he feels comfortable with spin strats.
Well, the Master Sword damages Trinex. It's just that it takes a long time. But yeah, hammer strats will make it a little easier because generally these players play like they have tempered at this point. So if you know how many hits it takes for tempered, you're fine. Because hammer does the same amount of damage.
And that takes care of phase 1 of Trinex. Onto the main phase. Gonna try to do as much damage as he can before the damage is limited to that center piece of his body. And this is another case where FeralPigMan, if he does it right, could catch up because with Tempered Sword, if you're good, you can finish off Trinex very quickly before that damage gets limited, basically zero cycling it, and that could save him some time.
Meanwhile, Shades, why don't you tell him about this little big key game we get to play here?
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 22 possible locations inside of Ganon's Tower where the big key could be located. If you are a subscriber to any of our speed gaming channels or have cheered 250 bits or more, again, to any of our 4 channels, you have the opportunity to join us in this game. Where do you think it's going to be there, Rambler?
I generally guess 8, which is if you play the normal route, which is no key right side or don't go right side first, it's the double bar room.
For me, I'm gonna get trolly tonight. I'm gonna say tile room.
Oh, you're so evil.
I don't normally do this, but I just got this feeling.
Shade C, definitely 23.
So let's get the count going. First chest, piece of heart. Second chest, small key, and he's opting to go left side.
All right, so I'm on team double fire bar room now.
All right, let's see what Bob's chest has. Small key. He's gonna go for it. Rip Bob.
Rip Bob. I don't know if you guys watched the Key Sanity exhibition race, Big Key was in fact chest 23.
Okay, so that's 3 locations checked so far. We got 4 more up here, so let's see what 4 through 7 has. Chest number 4. Piece of heart. Chest number 5. There it is! Chest 5! And shout out to Jiggly Saint, who was the first one to guess it correctly. Congratulations.
And I don't know. I saw FeralPigMan was about to. He opened a big chest. I didn't see what it was though.
Probably not anything essential.
Oh, he got stuck in the chat. Oh, wow. So he didn't.
Ooh,
he didn't know the Samaria the Samaria bonk strat.
Ah.
If you get stuck there, you can actually bonk. You can actually dash into the King of Samaria, bounce it out, and over to where you can hit the crystal switch. But he didn't know that, so luckily he did open the big chest, so he didn't have to mirror to the beginning of the dungeon.
And that's going to cost him more time that he does not have with JSR making his way up the gauntlet at this point. And, you know, it's there's still a possibility, but right now it's pretty much JSR's late race to lose. Oh, and worse yet, FeralPigMan skipped the silver arrows in that chest.
Wait, what? Really?
Apparently he did. I don't think he ever picked them up. Or no, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Okay, they're saying. I think we just didn't notice it because we were too busy watching JSR side.
Yeah. Also, so the silvers will show up in like the bar where the arrow count is if you open the silvers before the bow. If you open the silvers after the bow, you have to switch it manually. Feral going for the speed strats here.
Yeah, indeed. Also, yeah, shout out to our tracker there for keeping up on that. I know it's tricky watching all this going on at once. So big shout out to Dan Pops for keeping track of things for us.
JSR now equipping the silver arrows, taking care of land moles, and gets the 0 cycle.
Very nicely done. Gets a little extra magic, which he's going to need for these next part of the gauntlet, especially for the style robes and, of course, the torch room coming up.
And according to our wonderful chat that's watching 2 races at once, apparently JSR2Gamers and Mr. Barry Bonds in the other race are at the same exact spot at this point.
Oh, wow. Multi-stream sync. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
So even if it was a 4-way race, it'd be pretty hype.
Yes, it will. Well, it's still pretty hype right now, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, it still comes down again, and still Master Sword versus Tempered. It's still a big deal.
And just the fact that we have 2 streams going on at the same time, and yet we still have some level of sync. Like, how often do you hear about something like that?
You'll be surprised. So if you're FeralPigMan, do you think you're ahead or behind at this point? Because it's a pedestal scene, and you're going into GT at 1:41. That's pretty fast.
That is pretty fast. You're probably not thinking you're way ahead, but you're probably, oh, shovel.
Oh.
JSR checking those last chests. He wants to see if he can find Tempered before it's too late.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he's probably wondering where he is in terms of being ahead or behind. I don't think he thinks he's full on ahead, but you never know.
So let's see if he goes right side. Nope, he's actually going to make the left side play. So I was a little worried there because if he goes right side, he's going to lose a lot of time. Yeah,
absolutely. But no, he is making the right call. He is going to be very happy with his decision. Now the big question on JSR's side, will he check that last chest?
Yes, he will definitely check this chest. He's still looking for a Tempered Sword.
No, it's the map.
All right, so Master Sword, silvers.
Not the absolute worst outcome, but not exactly the greatest either.
Many runners consider the second worst outcome because many runners hate using Master Sword for any reason.
Yeah, especially for Ganon, because you have to use spin strats on Ganon to even damage him.
So oddly enough, for FeralPigMan, big key was 6.
Getting some nice double hits there on Aga too.
Yeah, it looks like a 2 and a 2 so far.
There we go. 2 and 2. So that takes care of Aga number 2 on JSR side. And now it's time for the Big Pig. And here we go. JSR now working on Ganon. He's going to have to rely on spin strats here because that's the only way you can damage Ganon with the Master Sword. Now, it's funny. They call it the Blade of Evil's Bane. It's the big sword that's like the sword of legend, and yet in this game, it's the worst sword you can use against him.
Yeah. Well, the game expects you to, go to the best blacksmith in town and upgrade a little bit in vanilla. No, you cannot hammer Ganon. That's a feature only for swordless mode. I hope JSR2Gamers, I believe he has a blue potion. I hope he does at least.
Yeah, that could come back to haunt him if he doesn't. That could end up being the one thing that caused... Oh, yeah, he's got a blue potion. He's good.
Yeah.
Because he needs that magic.
Yeah, he wouldn't have let his magic run down to 0 if he didn't. It is the hardest part of the Master Sword Silver's fight, is the dealing with the fire bats, the phase 2. But I think he's got it. Yes, he's now in phase 3.
Yep, as long as he gets his silver arrow shots on target, he should be good to go.
We know Ganon's going to say, "Did you find my arrows in Turtle Rock?" Yes, we did.
Sets up the torch glitch there. Those that don't know, if you light that first torch on the left before both go out, the right torch will never extinguish, meaning you will always be able to make it a lot easier.
We just need one more hit from JSR2Gamers, and the pig is down.
GG to JSR2Gamers. An amazing race tonight. Could not believe how well that turned out for him. As soon as he enters the door, we'll get his official SRL time. But congratulations indeed as he heads on in. He finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Yeah, GG. That was a very good time. All things considered, everything that was thrown at him this seed, he finishes just shy of sub 145. And JSR2Gamer is going to get himself settled up. He's going to come on in for a quick interview. We're going to talk about how great this seed actually was.
Oh, yeah. Said probably how much he wants to kill me right now.
I mean, to be fair, 146, this is to be a record for you, right?
No, not really.
You've had go modes at 146 before.
That's true. All right, let's bring him in here. JSR, GG, congratulations, sir.
Thanks a lot, you guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're having a blast after this amazing race.
Yeah, that was kind of a seed. I mean, that was a seed.
So look at it this way. It's like, all right, so you have all the trolley items. Like right away you see, all right, sword in library, cane of Samari on pedestal. But other than that, it seemed pretty fine.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad if you made it the right calls in the right order. I got kind of lucky. When I found the book early, I said, okay, I'm going to do desert before I do Eastern. That got me the power glove. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll go do Death Mountain now. And I found the bow. So I was able to do Eastern and pod all in one shot rather than having to double dip Eastern. And then when I went up to Hera later, I never do Spike Cave unless I absolutely have to. I never do Spike Caves. And 99 times out of 100, this seed trolls me, and that's one of the last places I look for the mirror, and I lose. But because I got the cape in, I think it was the last item in Hookshot Cave, I was like, okay, I guess I'm here now. I don't have the mirror. I probably won't come back unless I have to. I might as well just do it now. And when I got that mirror, man, I was pretty hyped.
Yeah, that was... So, FeralPigMan is in this fight. He found the Tempered Sword. Which location do you think he checked that you did not, that had a sword upgrade?
I'm going to guess either Pyramid, Catfish, something like that, or maybe a one of the spots I skipped in either Ice or Turtle Rock.
Actually, Peg Cave.
That's another spot I typically won't go to unless I've got the right conditions, because I hate doing the unless I can hit like 3 out of the 4. You know what I mean? Like I usually save that spot to last, but it would have been nice. It would have been real nice to have tempered that. That Vitreous fight was fun.
Yeah, all the bombs, and FeralPigMan just kills off his Ganon. He finishes just a little bit over 3 minutes behind you.
Yeah, GG FeralPigMan.
He finishes his official SRL time 1 hour 49 minutes 47 seconds.
Yeah, I had a feeling I was either really, really far behind or really, really doing well. I wasn't sure. This was definitely one of those seeds. It was hard to tell how I was doing, but it just kind of felt like the order in which I did things kind of worked out in my favor. Like getting boots in Meyer was nice because I was toying with going to Turtle Rock to look for the boots, and I was like, yeah, I might as well just go check Meyer.
So the two things that FeralPigMan did that were slower that you did faster, it seems, other than check a few extra overworld spots, which got him to Tempered, which kind of made up for the time lost. He went to Eastern before finding the bow, and he also did Skull before. He didn't route Skull and Pedestal together. And speaking of FeralPigMan, he is now here with us. FeralPigMan, GG.
Thanks, GG JSR.
GG FeralPigMan.
That was quite the seed.
Yes, it was.
Hashtag blame shades.
I said before this race start, I said in the IRC chat, I was like, someone was, I forget who it was that said, like, yeah, I hope you guys get, no Agaseed or anything like that. I'm like, you guys realize I'm here, right? I did not realize how true that was going to be.
The best part was about like 40 minutes in, Jet himself showed up and said, all right, I Jet seed him. We're like, no, Kane's on the pedestal.
Like, as soon as I got the book, that's the first thing that went through my head. I was like, dude, I got to go check pedestal. I have to. And sure enough, I was like, yep, I knew it.
Oh, man.
You're like, oh, Shades is commentating. I got the book. I better check this now and get it out of my system. Oh, hey, look at that.
Not only that, but finding the Bamos text also on Ether tab was also fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of nice. The seed did give you things that allowed. It wasn't a lot of backtracking unless you did Eastern before Desert, or if you did Turtle Rock before Meyer. That was like the only two spots I can think of that would have been like kind of out of the way.
Yeah, so Feral, I think you did Eastern. You dipped into Eastern before dipping into Death Mountain area, and you had a double dip Eastern. That was one of the plays that might have cost you. But then again, you found Tempered, which also lets you claw back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that because, like, the book, I was like, should I just go Desert? But I kind of want to find, it could be boots locked and gloves. So I'll just do Eastern, and then I found Hammer. So
yeah, so you think like, all right, that's going to help. That's one of the keys for Dark World access.
Yeah. But then, of course, Desert had gloves.
Yeah, I think that the one thing that if the silvers weren't where they were, if they were like in a more like let's say deep in Ice Palace instead, that maybe it would have been a closer race because you both found the silvers, and Master Sword silvers versus Tempered Sword silvers is closer than silverless with those respective swords.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was kind of thinking that in the back of my head. I'm not afraid of Master Sword Ganon, but that did cost me in my Swiss round against Kyle. He had Tempered and Silvers, and I had Master Sword, and my lead just evaporated during the fight. And I was kind of thinking that, like, oh man, if this is even close, and he's got one of those two, then I'm in trouble. So when I got those silvers, I was kind of like a big, okay.
Yeah. Like, all right, so I'll ask you this, because I've been asking people this, like, all right, so would you rather have Master Sword silvers like you had, or would you rather have Tempered but silverless?
Honestly, probably Tempered silverless, just because I run vanilla and I'm used to it. I mean, I'm not a terribly great vanilla runner, but I've done enough runs of it that I'm pretty comfortable with it. So, I mean, silvers is nice too for if you get it early enough, because it helps with so many boss battles and also with the gauntlet and stuff like that. But I mean, if I absolutely had to choose one of the two, definitely Tempered.
Now, JSR, I got to ask something, because I just got reminded of this in chat. Tower of Hera.
Oh, man. Dude, I made 2 big derps. I didn't mark that I had found the first item. I think it was in the vanilla, what is that, the map chest, like the main room. I didn't mark that there was an item there. I thought I already had the map and the compass, and I should have checked. I was just constantly thinking, because it was right after I got in the mirror, I was thinking this seed's gonna have an item in the basement.
Oh,
And
man.
as soon as I got that, I just kind of put the controller down for a second. And I was like, and the other thing I did was I forgot I'd picked up the ferry when I went into Hyrule Castle.
Yup.
We saw that.
Also, didn't you also you were setting up a death warp and pod and then found a Saint cart in the
Yeah,
base?
Saint cart, a heart container, and then a heart
dude, that
piece
was the
back to
worst.
back to back.
Yeah, like there's so much health right before you want to kill yourself. It's awful.
You know, I've never seen that in Rando before, Kappa.
Maybe that's my influence again. I don't know.
But yeah, that was kind of something I was chuckling about. I was kind of thinking, if that ends up costing me the race, I can't help but laugh about it. So
Thankfully, it did not. But oh man, credit to both of you. It was a close race. Like it was definitely not a shutout. So Feral, definitely no shame on your part, dude.
Yeah, I actually felt pretty good about that one, just because of the pedestal. I was like, well, maybe he didn't check. And obviously, if you don't check pedestal in that situation, you're like really far behind, right? Because you're not doing any of the dependents.
Like if you didn't check pedestal and you go like to Tower of Hera and you're like, all right, second chest, I have both the items, I'm out of here most likely.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, well, maybe he didn't check that, and then
Yeah, he checked.
so
the
like I
6
felt pretty good, but that was other than obviously the whole pedestal thing, that wasn't like that bad of a seed.
No, it was not. Because the items told you where they were. I mean, you knew where the Cancer Fire was, you knew where the sword upgrade was,
Right.
so you knew where Bombs was, even though you didn't need it. And
Oh man, when I first read that Bombos, like I just kind of skimmed it, and as I was hitting A, I was like, "Crap, that's Fire Rod." And then like, as I was hitting A, I got to the very end, and it said the Ring of Fire. I was like, "Oh god, thank God." That's Bombos.
Shades was yelling, "Fire Rod, Fire Rod!"
I said Fire Rod at first, and then Rambler
Dude, that's Bombos.
Pointed out, no, that's Bombos. I was like, oh, that's still bad, but that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice Death Mountain, that Dark Death Mountain. That was a nice little Super Bunny cave there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Flute
Dark
and
Death
Fire Rod
Mountain.
back to back.
that was huge.
Yeah, Dark Death Mountain was loaded, especially because I only had 12 heart containers, so I wasn't going to check Spike Cave. And I never checked Spike Cave. That's what I was telling them when I first got here. And when I got the cape, I was like, might as well. And honestly, if the cape had not been in Hookshot Cave, that would have been one of the last places I would have checked, and I would have lost by a mile.
Yeah, you would have checked every overworld spot before, like, ever having a chance to get into Swamp House, and thus getting the last pendant for pedestal.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was just luck that it had given me cape right there, because that would have made a complete difference in this race.
All right, well, I'm going to be heading off to bed soon, so if you guys want to talk some more, you're more than welcome to, but I'm just going to give a shout-out to both our runners, JSR2Gamers, FeralPigMan, great race for you guys. Shout-out to our tracker, Dan Bopes, he did great. Shout-out to my co-commentator, The Shades. Stick around. Well, not tonight, go to bed now, it's late. But tomorrow we have plenty more races on the schedule.
Yeah, well, actually, if you are staying up tonight, there is another race over on our secondary tournament happening right now between Vasco's Bot and Emosaro happening on ALTTP Randomizer 3. So if you're willing to stay up for it, go check it out. But otherwise, get some rest. We've got a lot of races going on all the time, so you're definitely not missing out.
I'm putting that on my mobile. I'm falling asleep to it.
I don't blame you, my friend. So JSR, Feral, any last words before we sign off?
GG Feral, and thank you guys all for the hard work behind the scenes, Feasel and Speed Gaming for the restreams. This is probably my last race in the tournament unless a miracle happens. So I just want to say, man, it was a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast in this tournament, and did not expect to make it this far. I worked hard doing a lot of the races every night, and I can't wait for the next one, and I just want to thank everybody for setting this up and putting it together. It was a blast. Thank you guys all.
Yeah, I guess I'll say GG JSR, and thanks for commentating, Shades and Rambler. It's always fun to do these. So
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to call this race. I might have called you FeralPigMan at one point, and the chat kind of ran with it.
We have a clip of this. We have a
Yeah.
clip of this.
It's late, guys. Come on.
That's all right. He called me Jay Coper, so.
Okay, you know what, Ramble, you're off the hook. That's
That's bad.
At least you had the right idea with the name. You didn't.
Oh
Right.
man.
Everyone have a great night. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Indeed. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to everyone again. If you want to follow us, all of us here, follow my JSR2Gamers, FeralPigMan, Dan Bopes, and of course myself and my co-commentator, New York Rambler. Definitely give us all a follow. Of course, follow all of our channels: Speed Gaming's 1 through 4, ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4. Please give us all a follow. Show your support. Show your love. In the meantime, on behalf of everybody here, I'm the Shades, and as I always like to say, rock on!